Ambassador Kethavar's crystalline appendages trembled as he reviewed the latest intelligence reports from Earth. The luminescent chamber of the Galactic Council High Command cast eerie shadows across his translucent face, each flicker of light reflecting his growing unease. For 3 centuries, the Council had maintained perfect control over humanity through careful manipulation, selective memory suppression, and the gradual erosion of their true history. But now something was changing. The archaeological discovery on Luna 7 was supposed to remain classified, hissed Council Prime Zelthara, her serpentine form coiled around the central command pedestal. How did the humans gain access to their own military archives? Kethavar's voice resonated with barely contained panic. The suppression protocols failed, Prime. Dr. Sarah Chen's team uncovered not just data fragments but actual video records from the Terran Defense Wars. They've seen what their ancestors were capable of. The chamber fell silent except for the ambient hum of the station's quantum processors. Every council member present understood the implications. Humans had been deliberately kept ignorant of their own nature for good reason. On Earth, Dr. Chen stood before a holographic display in her underground laboratory. Her team gathered around her in stunned silence. The recovered footage played in an endless loop. Human soldiers moving with impossible speed and precision, their tactical adaptability turning certain defeats into miraculous victories, their willingness to sacrifice everything for complete, strangers transcending every known model of species behavior. "This can't be real," whispered her research partner, Dr. James Morrison. According to Council historical records, humanity was a minor species that required protection during the Void Wars. But this... He gestured at the display showing human pilots ramming their ships into enemy dreadnoughts to save Allied vessels. "This shows us leading the charge against the Devourers." Chen's fingers danced across the holographic interface, pulling up more files. "Look at this tactical analysis from the Battle of Kepler Station. The Council fleet was pinned down for 6 months. Humans broke the siege in 18 hours using tactics that the enemy had never encountered before. We didn't just adapt to alien warfare, we revolutionized it." The footage revealed the truth the Council had spent centuries burying. Humans possessed something that terrified every other species in the galaxy: the ability to evolve their thinking in real time, to find solutions that shouldn't exist, and to unite under pressure in ways that defied all evolutionary logic. Back on the Council station, emergency sessions convened as reports flooded in from across human space. The revelation was spreading like wildfire through humanity's colonies. Worse yet, humans weren't just remembering their military prowess, they were remembering their curiosity. "They've reactivated the deep space exploration programs," reported Intelligence Director Vorthak, his insectoid features twitching with anxiety. 17 colonies have declared independence from Council oversight in the past 48 hours. They're demanding access to the restricted star charts. Council Prime Zelthara's scales rippled with agitation. "And the quarantine zones. Humans are asking why entire sectors of space are forbidden to them. They're starting to piece together that we've been keeping them confined to less than 3% of habitable space." The truth was damning. The Council hadn't been protecting humanity. They'd been containing them. After witnessing what humans could accomplish when pushed to their limits during the Void Wars, the Council had made a calculated decision. Humans were too unpredictable, too innovative, too willing to challenge the established order. So they'd been fed a revised history, their expansion carefully limited, their potential systematically suppressed. On Earth, Chen's team had uncovered another devastating piece of evidence: the real reason the Council had formed in the first place. It wasn't a voluntary alliance of species working together for mutual benefit. It was a defensive pact created specifically to manage the human problem. "Look at this," Chen called out, her voice filled with a mixture of anger and awe. "The Concordat of Tau Ceti, signed just 3 years after the Void Wars ended. Article 7 explicitly states that humanity must be guided away from aggressive expansion and technological development that could destabilize galactic civilization." Morrison leaned closer to the display. "They were afraid of us. All this, time, they weren't protecting us from the galaxy, they were protecting the galaxy from us. The footage continued to reveal humanity's true nature. Their pack bonding with alien species, their refusal to abandon allies regardless of cost, their ability to find hope in hopeless situations and turn it into victory. Every suppressed memory painted the same picture. Humans weren't the junior partners in galactic civilization. They had been its champions. As news of the discoveries spread, something awakened in humanity's collective consciousness. Colonial militias began training programs that their ancestors would have recognized. Scientists pushed past artificial research limitations imposed by Council safety protocols. Diplomats started asking uncomfortable questions about resource allocation and territorial restrictions. The transformation was rapid and inexorable. Humans began remembering not just what they had done, but who they were. A species that faced extinction and refused to die quietly, that turned impossible odds into unlikely victories, that measured success not by what they could take, but by what they could give. Council Prime Zelthara stared at the tactical displays showing human colonies throughout the galaxy. Each one pulsed with renewed activity, with purpose that had been dormant for 3 centuries. "How long do we have?" she asked quietly. Kethvar's response carried the weight of inevitability. "Our psychological warfare specialists estimate 6 months before full cultural restoration. Maybe less. They're not just remembering individual events anymore. They're remembering how to be human." The Council had feared this moment for 300 years. They had controlled humanity by convincing them they were small, weak, and dependent. But now humans were remembering the truth. They were the species that had held the line when the universe itself seemed to be ending. They were the ones other species called when the impossible needed to happen, and they were no longer content to forget. The galaxy was about to rediscover what it meant when humans remembered who they truly were.